because he doesn't know what to fucking do with his life.
Yeah.
So,
That's
but
rough.
yeah, Double Driver kind of like sums me up as like that, like more aggressive, but more likable. Um,
More likable.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, I'm like I'm aggressive
You're a pretty
on
likable
the
guy,
outside.
Dre. You're not very mean or anything.
No, I'm not mean, but I'm like more aggressive, like on the outside. But on the inside, I'm very lovable kind of thing. I would go and help and take my shirt off my back to help you guys.
I'm the exact opposite. Like I try to be pretty calm and chill on the outside, but inside I'm a fucking maniac.
Well, yeah, it comes out. I mean, some people come out differently than others. Not that way. They don't come out that
Yeah.
way. But not to get that kind of cynical about it. But I mean, it's you know, I don't know. I just like that's how I like it. I like the rough style of metal, and it's just like something that I listen to all the time.
That's
I
awesome.
don't think I'm gonna ever change as it is, but
Nah,
uh,
don't. You know what?
like
Fuck it. You're you. Don't change.
yeah, psychiatrists tried, but they
Yeah.
never did. It's like that gif that you see on the thing. It's like they try to change me, but the house is burning right now.
Oh, the little girl. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to help me, but it didn't work.
Well,
No,
Dre,
but
I,
it,
you know, that's all. When I talk to you, I definitely see you as like a. You're definitely 100% like a metalhead. But
yeah,
I think that you would really like the kind of music that's like not it's not necessarily underground, but it's definitely not mainstream. It's got almost like a raw, underproduced feel to it, but produced
yeah,
enough that it sounds good. But that's how I see you. Like I could see you really getting into like the hardcore scene now,
yeah. Oh,
stuff like
definitely,
that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm just waiting for like Hatebreed to come out with another fucking album. It's they're overdue, people. You know, Hatebreed should be coming out instead of doing podcasting. Well, no, podcast is always good, but um, if you're gonna be a musician, and I'm not saying, but like for yourself, but you're a musician as it is, and but like anybody that's been on the road for a long time, I don't know, I'm probably gonna dig myself a hole in this one, but like who has it? The guy from Jamie Johnson he's the lead singer of Hatebreed.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I know the band. I don't know their names.
Yeah, well, I mean, the guy Jamie he has like a podcast and he's doing it like all the time, and I forgot what the name of it is, but he's been like, oh, I've been itching to get on the road. I'm like, well, just fucking do it. Just get out there, just fucking
Those
do it.
guys have got to be getting older too now.
Yeah, but they're still rough and intimidating looking.
Well, yeah. I mean, you
Like
don't just stop being intimidating looking. I mean, you be
no,
old
but
and
there is
intimidating.
like when you get older or something, you're like, hi, I don't know.
Oh, you get lethargic.
Yeah, they get lethargic after a while. You're on the road, and the only thing you can be able to have is like fucking pizza rolls, and yeah,
Wow, it
it
sounds like a great life.
is. And then you can't use the shower. When you're on the tour bus, you can't poop.
I'm out. I'm out. That's what I got to be able to take a shit.
Yeah, no, it's like no, but they even said that it's like, listen, when you're on the tour bus, you can piss on the inside, but you can't shit because then it's gonna clog up down there, and you gotta try to fucking clean it. Well, anyway, so. And I was happy to be on a tour bus for like 2-3 seconds, me and the band and
Mm-hmm.
all that, which was, Down. I think the name of the band was Down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Phil Pantera,
Yeah, Phil and Zelma.
yeah, Phil Anselmo, and you got Rex Brown from Pantera, Pepper Keenan from Corrosion of Conformity, uh,
Corrosion.
Kurt Weinstein, which I didn't know he was Jewish. Uh,
What?
from Crowbar. Uh,
All right, you caught me off guard with that one.
yeah, there you go.
You got
That's
me.
my job, man. That's my job. I
You
kind
got
of
me.
did. And then Jerry Bauer. He's from a side project that Phil does, and they had a thing called Down. And my foreman was like, I'm gonna make this fast because I know you don't go like a whole. I don't know how long you go for this one, but So we go in there, and then he's like, "Oh, I know this band. It has this person, this person." I'm like, "All right, are you blowing smoke up our asses?" And he's like, "No, no, I know him." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." So we met him, got on stage, like you get the stage area thing where you can watch the band instead of being in the pit. And then all of a sudden we got backstage and we're eating, drinking. I smoked a pipe and not knowing what the hell it is. And then we were on the tour bus and drinking beers on there and hanging out with the guys. And then we went home. That was like the best fucking time I ever had. And I lost all my money spending it on booze. Welcome to the fucking band life.
Yeah, straight up, man. That's
a
lot of drinking, a lot of drugs, a lot of women, a lot of not sleeping.
Apparently, we could. I had something in a pipe, and I didn't know what it was, and I think it was. I don't know what it was now. Now I don't even remember because a friend of mine was saying, "Don't smoke that." I'm like, "What?"
No, I'm gonna smoke it. They handed it to me.
Yeah, they handed it to me. I gotta smoke it, because I'm a smoker. I smoked cigarettes at the time, and then I'm like, they hand me this pipe. He's like, hey, wait, what's your name, Andre? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, it's like Andre the Giant. And I'm like, we're gonna call you Andre the Giant. I'm like, okay, all right, fuck it. When's the last time I went to see you guys? And henceforth, 2 months later, I saw him again. But they like handed me this pipe. I smoked it. My foreman was like, don't smoke that. And I'm like, this coming from a guy that does a line of coke on a cafeteria table.
Wow.
And I'm like, fuck that shit. So I smoked it. And then, I remember going, ate food, and I was talking to this girl, and then Phil and Samuel came up, and, like all fucking heroined out, and he goes, hey, you got a cigarette, and I'm like, no. And I smoked all my cigarettes, and then we went on a tour bus, and then that was it. Then we got to Penn Station. And as soon as we got to Penn Station, I sat down, and I asked my friend Joe, I'm like, hey, Joe, when are we going to get to Penn Station? He goes, motherfucker, we're in Penn Station. I told you not to smoke that shit. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then he drove me home, and I lived in, like 5 towns down from where we had to go to the train station.
Yeah.
But that was my long but short story, hopefully.
That's a crazy night, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. I wish I could do that again, but I can't. I can't even get out of a chair without my.
I'm too old for shit like that now, man. I can't even handle getting through a day of work anymore, let alone partying. Dude, my party is we stayed up until 12 watching videos. That's it. End of story.
I remember watching like virtual fucking not virtual fucking, but virtual just watch bands play like in a studio or something, and that would tire me out just to go to sleep.
Yeah, I mean, look, when I was younger, I partied my face off, and we were out 5 nights a week, but it's just caught up with me now. And I got 4 kids. I'm married. I got a job. My wife worked. We work full time, and I just don't have time for that shit anymore, man. And I don't even want to do it anymore anyway. So I do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm like everybody else. I have times where I'm like, man, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Because it was. I mean, it did get out of hand, but it's still like, I'm never going to look back at it and be like, it was all bad, because it wasn't. Some of it was fucking great. But
let me ask you a question.
You want to ask me a question? I ask the questions here, Dre.
I know you're going to ask a question, but I want to just ask this question actually. When you if you have a time machine, and in your life, I mean, a time machine to be able to go back into your lifetime.
Okay.
Where would you want to go? Now, for you living, you have to go to your lifetime span of where
within my lifetime.
Go.
All right.
Your best moment would be musical wise.
Oh, music.
Your best moment is your wife. Your best moment is your wife.
I was gonna say I'd go back to my wedding day, but
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We call it a musical aspect.
My best musical day.
Yeah.
I had a day. I couldn't tell you exactly how long ago it was. I've done a lot of drugs since then, between now. But I had this friend. His name was Tommy, and me and Tommy discovered that we both liked playing guitar. And it was just this one day I went to his house, man, and we jammed for like 10 solid hours, but it was the most fucking fun I think I've ever had. And it wasn't anything special. We didn't go anywhere. We hung out at his house drinking soda, playing guitar for 10 hours, smoking weed. And
Yeah.
honestly, it was probably one of the musically the best times I've ever had. It was awesome. We created some of the coolest sounding music I've ever heard that I'd never be able to reproduce today because I was super stoned. But it was
Yeah.
just, man, it was such an awesome day, dude. And it really was. It was like an experience that I'll never forget. It was just so cool.
Mine would be there's a well, like I said, my friend Key. I met him like years ago, like 30 somewhat years ago, and we met at a campground going camping, and there's a place called Wamboozy.
Hmm.
So it was like a modern version of Woodstock.
Okay.
So it was just fucking crazy shit. And they had a bar in the campground. People walk around with tie dye fucking shirts. There was bikers there. There was families that were camping. There was kids that was camping doing whippets and drugs and drinking. And it was a clash of a kaleidoscope of stuff. It was awesome. It was just like that. I would love to go back to doing that again.
Yeah.
With my younger self.
Yeah.
Especially me and a guy named Magic, and his dog was named Black Magic.
Wow.
It was a black Akita.
Wow. That's some
Yeah.
cryptic ass names right there.
Yeah, but he had like a Tom drum, and he had the Teen Wolf. Remember Teen Wolf the
Oh
movie?
yeah. Oh yeah.
The Teen Wolf van or snap-on truck, you want to call it.
Yeah.
He drove that on the campground, and he had all these music instruments like in the thing. Took out the fucking Tom drum, like that, and he's just like, "Come on, I'll jam with you guys." And my friends had their acoustic, and they had the little drum set thing, and they were going on, and I'm like, all right. In my mind, I'm going kumbaya,
Kumbaya, motherfucker.
kumbaya, until I fell down the hill and landed into the fire pit. But
Party
that
foul.
was a drunken moment. And I'm like, listen, let's go back to the bar. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
have some fucking like screaming Nazis. As they called it.
Oh, crazy.
The shots.
Yeah.
But they were calling them rojos at the time.
Brojos.
Rojo.
Oh, I don't know what
They
those are.
were calling rojos, but me and my friend just looked at it and we tasted it and like, oh man, these are screaming Nazis.
Screaming Nazis. That's terrible.
Yeah.
All right,
No,
man.
that's the drink.
I think we're getting pretty long here, and I can hear my kids getting restless out in the other room. So this is where we're gonna end it. But hey, man, I appreciate you coming on here and just bullshitting with me for an hour.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of
No
fun,
problem.
and
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I can't wait to see my episode. When you upload mine, you're gonna have to tell me. But this will be coming out Sunday night. So I'll send you a link.
See, now the thing with mine is, and I think I mentioned this to you. We could that whenever, because I got like almost like
10,000.
2 months
Oh, sorry,
Huh?
10,000
No,
episodes.
I wish it was
Dude,
10,000.
you are a
Dude.
podcast collector.
Yeah, it's like I got like 2 months of like stuff going on now. If you were gonna like say if you had something coming up, I would put yours like first.
Yeah,
And then yours down there.
I didn't have anything coming up. I remember saying that.
Well, no, I'm just saying if you did, then I'd be putting yours
Jeez.
first or whatever. But now yours is like in the
Rotation.
It's gonna go in order. Yeah. In the
All right, so
rotation.
where can people find you, man?
Well, you can find me. Well, I was gonna say we could just go to Linktree, but anyway, the most ones you can go and follow. Go on Instagram. That's TA2SQUID .podcast, or go to Twitter @podcast Tattoo Squid. That's TA2SQUID. Because it's not the TATTOO. And YouTube with the same name as well. So YouTube, you'll have like everything that I do, talking wise, like right here. Either it's audio or you'll see the video part. Just scroll all the way down, you'll see like everything. It will be like pictures on there, so that's probably why you didn't see it.
Yeah,
There's picture like cover art stuff for it. So.
And if you come on to Twitter and you find like Piggly Dog or Tattoo Squid